What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Before we had a TCG player today, I wanted to stop at eBay because I'm seeing tin prices, that being 2003 sealed tin prices, being sold for extremely cheap, everybody. And if you're looking to pick up these tins, now might be the right time, because when we talk about these tins years ago, not even 2 or 3 years ago, these were being sold for $500, $600, $700, $500 really being the cheapest. Now we're seeing $375 for a blue ice tin of all things. That is incredible. I mean, talking about a tin from 21 years ago, not a good look on Konami's part for these tins being sold for so cheap. But then also you got to take into account the economy is not that great right now, so people are not willing to shout the cash to pay high prices for these things. So what does that say? If you have these things laying around and you're trying to sell it, now might not be the right time to sell it. However, if you're a buyer and you see these prices, now is the time to buy. If you're looking to collect these things, buy them now. Don't even hesitate. This is an incredible price. $1,875 for all 6 tins. Incredible. Now, I know we're not taking into account the shipping and the taxes and everything like that, but it's still a great price. If you calculate it out, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. A Dark Magician tin being sold for $270, that's amazing. Now, we look at more realistic stuff. $500 for a Jinzo tin seems more realistic because $500, $600 what we were looking at only just a year ago, and $400 for this one is, to me, a steal. You know, $100 less, that's incredible. That's incredible. You know, I got my tins and I thought I got a steal on it. Apparently not. Apparently I did not get a steal on it because I did not realize the market would go so low for these old collectible stuff. So it doesn't look good on Konami's part that these are being sold for so low, but you can't really blame them, as well as, again, the economy is inflation, all things. People are not really willing to shell cash for collectible stuff right now in Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's being sold for a little lower. So that, you know, take that into account. When we say take things into account, banners are also seeing all-time low as well. You know, 150 and best offer probably even lower for this Blue Eyes Kaiba banner. Ah, my gosh, I'm gonna be lying to you guys. That should be selling for about $300 if I'm being honest with you. But being sold for that less is pretty good for anybody that's trying to pick up those banners. I mean, you see me, I have those banners behind me. I love them. I think they're great. They do sell for a lot. But then we see prices here for Side Dragon banners that usually sell for $200 to $500, right? $200 to $500, depending on which one you get, being sold for $100 here. Now, I think whoever got this got a steal, and probably won't happen again, because again, most prices we see on eBay for these things are on the upward end of banners. So I don't know about that one. I think whoever got that got very lucky. But for the most part, banners as well in general from the sets have been down in price. $60 for this banner, but for the most part under $100 is what you're seeing all around for banners. So keep that in mind as well. Maybe right now might not be the time to sell your banners, because these prices kind of look pretty low. Now there's exceptions. You know, obviously we see one of these banners selling for $190. You know, some people do get lucky. The hype, the craze of the community, just, you know, once a set comes out, people are willing to just shout the cash just to have for their background, you know, and everything like that. So I get it, but definitely on the lower end of things right now in terms of just banners and tins and all these sorts of crazy stuff. Now, we talked about price pool early in the week for when you win a YCS or when you win something in general not being that great, and it's showing, right? These prize cards do not sell for that much, so it's really not worth it to win a YCS, not worth it to compete to win anything, because what are you really winning at the end? $400. $400 is basically what you're paying for your deck, not counting, you know, the expenses of traveling there, of the hotel, the food. So you're really not winning anything. You're not winning a prize. You know, you're winning, oh, the fame of being first place Yu-Gi-Oh champion, but what does that really get you as well, being a #1 competitive player? I mean, does that really get you anywhere, really? No. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, it doesn't. But, you know, we're hoping for better price support in the future that they do give out. But yeah, because these prices just are too low for what this is selling at, and they could do a much better job in designing this card, making a better card, more collectible card for the, you know, for the player. I know what the hell this another verse thing is, but it is not worth being made into a prize card at all. So, you know, keep all this in mind as well. Yes, the playmat sells for about $100, whatever it is, but again, the playmat itself is still not worth it. This one sold for $60, by the way. That's disgusting. So yeah, keep that all in mind. Now, as you move forward into TCG players, Sky Striker Ace Ray. I mean, this was selling at $150 for the longest time. We are now seeing margins above $200. and consistently selling at that. As we look at the data here, 249, 240, 240. So we have prices starting to sell at a very high price point. Obviously we have some listings here around $200, so if you want to pick that up now, probably a great time to pick it up for that price, at least for what we're seeing it being sold at right now. So crazy QCR market going up, and we talked about it. QCR market going to start going up, but also low listings for this. It starts to happen as people are hoarding their things now, realizing, hey, it's coming to an end, let's hold on to it, because guess what, it's probably going to increase as it comes to an end, that rarity. And I want to talk about the LART cards. The one thing about the Lost Art promotional cards is that I've been seeing just these cards are just not worth it, right? To spend the $30 for sealed stuff, unless there's a new set that you want, it's just not worth buying sealed stuff to just get this card. It's worth just to pick it up afterwards on TCG Player for a very low price point. I mean, you'll have your, so-called high cards in the market for the Lost Art promotional with the Exodia stuff, Monster Reborn, Dark Magician Girl, I guess. But for the most part, they're all affordable. You can pick them up for much cheaper than buying a sealed thing for $30. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not worth it anymore for these Lost Art unless they change it in some way, maybe make it even harder to get, because yeah, prices are very much fluctuating on the downward end of things. But hey, it's a cool collectible thing to get anyway, so I guess cool in that regard. Especially since you can afford it at that point. And then we look at Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, a card that was selling close to $250, if I'm not mistaken, $200 for a long time. The QCR, that is. And we have this QCR now below 100, even below $80. That's $78. Is it time to pick this one up? In my personal opinion, I would definitely pick it up if I were you. This is a great price point to be at, especially, again, we talked about it, coming to an end. And the Starlight, the Core Century Secret Rare card for this one is just a beautiful copy in general. It is very much a useful card in many decks, so yes, great card to pick up at that price point. Cashier Unicorn, starting to see a little bit of fluctuation of an increase in price, so keep that in mind. $1.93, now we're seeing sold for $5, so going up a little bit here, Cashier Unicorn. So yeah, both copies, that is, so keep that in mind as you're moving forward to pick up certain copies here on TCG Player if you have spare cash laying around. Super Poly, just an expensive card in general. Like, it's just, no matter how many times this card's been reprinted, it just seems to just be a more or less card that raises in value. So just keep all that in mind as well as you are hoarding your Super Polys that yes, it's nice to have, but it's also a very scary time because Rare Collection 3 is coming out, and I have a feeling Super Poly is going to be in Rare Collection 3, so keep that in mind as well. Swap Frog is just an OG card that does well in old formats, current formats, and yeah, you're just going to see the steady increase as time goes on. You'll probably even see this increase even more so than ever. So yeah, it was selling at 120 for the most part, but been bought out at that point. Now it's selling at 150 consistently. 160 would be your next listing at that point. So pretty insane on that point. And then we have the token cards from Infinite Forbidden, the mini boxes. Yeah, $8 for your Akiza token. That's pretty wild, and there's only 7 copies here. Yeah, I don't even know what to say of this one. Now, it's a great looking token card. We knew that one was going to be a pretty nice penny in your pocket. I thought it would be like $4, $5, but $8 and continuously going up in the market. Maybe something to collect actually here in the token Akiza and Black Rose Dragon one. And a lot of the token cards from the Infinite Forbidden set, they're holding pretty steady good value in this one as well. So keep that all in mind as well. And then obviously we got some CYBERSE support here in the new upcoming set, crossover breakers. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is going up in price. Stuff that was very cheap starting to see its increase here. Now obviously this is still affordable for the most part, but we're seeing a lot of movements in the CYBERSE stuff, so keep that in mind. Oh, goodness, $18, there's no way. Oh my god. Okay, very crazy stuff here. Drastic Draw, this one is something to take a look at here. Ladies and gentlemen, 29 cents, now being sold for $4. Now, I want you to take a look at the collector rare. I don't even want to show you the price that it was at before, because you're going to be like, no way. $3.89. Okay? $3.89. Now, it's $30 for your minimum copy of this one. $3.89 as of $3.46 as of August 4th. Today is August 11th. Now it's 30 bucks. Congratulations if you had this laying around. You might have been able to profit a little bit here. Wow, incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Alright, Dominus Purge, everybody. How much have you been talking about this one? The QCR is down to 5 listings. And once these two sell out, we are seeing prices on the upward end of $90 plus for the QCR of Dominus Purge. We've been talking about it. People do use this in either their main or side deck, but it is a usable copy. Now, the better version of Dominus card is coming out in Rage of the Abyss and Dominus Impulse. That one is the one to take a look at, because that one's going to be used in many more decks, in my opinion. But again, this is not a bad card for, certain decks here in Dominus Purge. So, give and take for this card, but for the most part, a really good card nonetheless. Sell. That's my only advice to you. If you pull this card, sell it. I don't think you should be keeping this card, in my opinion. It's a nice card to have, sure, but there's one more copy at $6.99. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yeah, so if that copy sells, we're looking at $900. Maybe hold on for another week. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, yes, could it go for more? Sure. Are you willing to take the risk? Honestly, no. I'm not willing to take that risk. Am I going to risk another $100 to try to get? Not really. If it goes back down to like $450. Obviously, this will get a reprint early next year, maybe late this year. So keep that in mind. Konami does recognize that this card is going to need a reprint for those that want to access this card, especially with new Blue Eye support coming out very soon, that being a tier 1 deck. It's looking pretty good, we're not going to lie about that. So yeah, this one's going to get a reprint very soon, and this price is going to come down a lot. So I would sell if you pulled it, personally. I know it's a nice copy, it's beautiful, everything like that. Take your pictures, have fun with it, but sell it. Sell it, sell it, sell it. But that's it basically for this Market Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed. And leave your comments down below. I want to hear what you have to say. What do you think about the tins as well? Do you want to start buying some of these old tins at this price point? Or are you expecting it to go down even further than this? Because personally, I don't think it will. But hey, everyone has their opinion. I want to hear your thoughts again, like I said. And from yours truly, Sparkman. We'll catch you next one. Please subscribe and comment. And peace out, YouTube.